I'm here at the Golden Gates of Blenheim. But I'm not going in the palace today. Today I'm walking out of the palace and over to the town of Woodstock. While our friends are touring inside the palace, we're going to take a little walk over the path into Woodstock because we have not been to the town of Woodstock since 2012. And I remembered that's the year because it was the Queen's 60th Jubilee. So we're looking forward to checking out Woodstock today and taking you along with us. If I recall correctly, I think we took a photo here with this lake and this bridge in the background 12 years ago. So time to replicate it. From here in the car park, as the sign says, you can walk down this path to walk through the gate into the town of Woodstock, or you can walk through the gate to Blenheim if you follow this path. And this morning we are going to take the road less traveled to Woodstock. I love this gate, the entrance to Woodstock. It's just beautiful. And especially today, since the entrance to Blenheim is all covered in scaffolding, it's nice to be able to look at this beautiful entrance. This gate was built the year after the Duke of Marlborough died and was commissioned by his wife Sarah in his honor. If you say the word Woodstock to an American, they're probably going to think about the music festival that started in the 60s. Hippies, free love, and lots of music. And maybe some people know it as a character in the Peanuts comic strip. But here in Britain, there are a couple towns and villages named Woodstock. And the one we're exploring today is in Oxfordshire, adjacent to Blenheim Palace and Estate. The name Woodstock simply means dwelling in the woods in Old English. The market town was established when King Henry II gave Woodstock a royal charter in 1179. And the Bear Hotel, right here on Park Street, dates back from the 13th century. It's about 11:30 in the morning, and clearly it's dog walking time here in Woodstock because everyone, 1, 2, 3, everyone's out with their dogs. This is Park Street, leading from Blenheim Park around the estate into the middle of the town center of Woodstock. Leading off of Park Street are just so many quiet little lanes with picturesque stone homes lining them. Here's Chaucer's Lane. Beautiful circle of roses around the War Memorial in town. In front of the beautiful church. The church was originally built in 1172 by King Henry II. It was a chapel of ease because he came up from London on a Saturday and wished to stay in the Royal Hunting Lodge on what was then the Royal Woodstock Hunting Park, now known as Blenheim. His chaplain insisted that before he went out hunting on Sunday, he should attend a church service. But the closest church was in Blenheim, and that was far too far away for the king to go to before heading out hunting. So he just had a church built here in Woodstock, and it is now the Woodstock Parish Church of St. Mary Magdalene. Beautiful Victorian tiles and carved screen. And the beams are lovely. The roof and the beams are just beautiful. Lots of nice Gothic arches. Oh, we gotta come look at these pillars. They're just lined with faces. The top. Beautiful. And the Victorian tile leading up to the altar is even more intricate in its design. And the stonework and the stained glass behind the altar are really lovely. I haven't read up on the history, but I'm assuming these beautiful carved wood pieces on the wall are from the original choir. I go around a lot of parish churches in England, and I always think it's a special treat to find a church like this where all of the windows around on the ground floor, as well as the big windows above the altar and the entrance, are all stained glass with beautiful pictures and images in them. Here's Faith, Hope, and Charity. I think this might be my favorite window in the church. This font has an interesting history. It was probably original to the church, which was built in 1172, but the Reformists did a lot of damage to the church and took this font and chucked it out, and the font ended up being a bird bath outside for 300 years in a local garden. But then the Victorians found it and reinstated it, thank goodness. On the outside of the church, we've got a sundial here and the clock there on the bell tower. So even though the inside has all the beautiful Gothic arches, this outside entrance has a very ancient Roman archway with all the zigzags around it. This bay window is buckling a bit, as if it's been here a while and is kind of pooching out with age. Woodstock is just a very pretty town, very photogenic. And here in the middle is a gorgeous town hall. And we have more dogs. I've lost count. Is that the fourth or fifth dog? And then over here we have 3 more dogs. There are some lovely pubs and hotels here in the middle of town on Park Street. The Bear Hotel here, and the Star Inn across the street. If you know me well, you know that I have a saying that butter makes everything better. So this place here called the Blenheim Buttery sounds very tasty indeed. Note to self that next time we come here, I need to just eat my way through Blenheim, because this Blenheim Sandwich Company looks really delicious as well. Park Street seemed like the High Street, but this is actually High Street. And another street just full of very pretty buildings and interesting shops and restaurants to browse through. Of course, the galleries have to have dogs in them because apparently everyone in Woodstock is a dog owner. Ingredients. Now that is a good name for a food shop. This doorway is magnificent, not only because it's got a pretty awesome door knocker, but also because it's got this wonderful porch cover with wood carving, and the faces are just great. So this street looks like the High Street, but it's actually Oxford Street. The Cotswold Tailor. Very smart. This looks like a good place to get a picnic. In the US, we call them picnic baskets, but I think here they're called hampers, which to an American is something you put laundry in. Oh yes. Those are some delicious picnic items here. Here's another inn and pub, the King's Arms. It was established in 1565. Oh, and here's the Feathers Hotel. That's another name that we know from Ledbury. This is the Woodstock Arms. There are a lot of pubs here. Great place for a pub crawl. Well, Woodstock might have been full of dogs today, but when I did my vlog of Blenheim Palace, it was full of birds. So please check out next my vlog of Blenheim and see me get attacked by a duck. I hope you enjoyed our wee wander of Woodstock. Thanks so much for watching, and do something good in the world today.